Well, good morning. This is going to be our third excerpt in Proverbs chapter 7. We were talking about a lady with lewd attire, with a lewd heart, with a rebellious spirit, who is married, who wears the attire of a harlot, who does not respect her husband or her family, who is going to go out when her husband is out working hard and doing something, and she's going to draw another young man off from his feet and pull him into her bed and disgrace him in his heart and in his life, and perhaps ruin his life for the rest of his life and steal away from him the gift that he has to his bride. If you're a young man and you are not married and you are a virgin, you're chaste, you've never laid with a girl or a woman, you have a gift for your bride when the bride day comes, and your bride has a gift for you, and that is that you'll be coming together with a man or with a woman for the first time, and that first time of culmination of a sexual act is a gift to each other. If you give that gift away before you get married, you do not have the proper wedding gift for your husband or your wife. You're going to give them a second-hand gift. Not many people would go out and buy a second-hand gift to take to a wedding. You buy something new to take to a wedding. You wouldn't have a wedding card laying around the house with somebody else's name on it, scratch it out and write the name under it to the people that are getting married. No, you go out and you purchase another wedding card, even if you get it from the dollar store. But it would be new. Now, we're back to this case of a lady who had been married and is married, and she's going to a young man who is never been married. He lacks knowledge, and he's been clean, and I've seen this happen. And she said to him, not only does she kiss him on the face in verse 15, and she lies to him in verse 15. She tells him in 14 that she has a peace offering with her, which all women carry. In verse 15, therefore came I forth to meet thee diligently, to seek thy face, and I have found thee. She's lying to him. She would have took any first man that came along, whether he had been a young man not been married or a man that was married. Didn't matter to her. She wanted to take somebody home with her and disgrace them. She said, I've decked my bed with coverings and tapestries. Now she's jerking on his physical emotion. She said, I've perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloe, and cinnamon. I'm sure she smelt like some of that. Not only now has his eyes seen her attire and looked her up and down, and she's half naked, but she smells good like this attire. And now she said, come. And and there's a period after that, or a comma. And she said, come. He's listening. And let us take our fill, O love, until morning. Wow, she's offering more than she offered her husband. She's offering him more than she's willing to offer her husband. And she's fixed to take this young man and offer him a whole night of physical entertainment that is absolutely opposed to anything that God's ever said. And this is the thing that harlotry is the thing God has talked about all the way through the Bible, and talks it from the end to the end. Now she said, for the good man is not at home. He is gone on a long journey. this is a double bad woman. All right. He's taking a bag of money. She tells him now, her husband, no, you ain't got to worry. He's gone for a little while. And with her much fair speech, she caused him to yield. She forced him to yield by her fair speech. Run from such a thing. Run. Hey, I've had a couple times in my life when I was in a situation to where I ran, to where I said, no way, Jose. This lady, if I wanted her, she'd be mine, and then I have to live the rest of my life with the guilt and the thought and the heart-striking, rendering thing that I yielded to that particular sin. Do not, men, yield to that sin. You will not live it down. You can eventually maybe even come clean and admit it and ask forgiveness or whatever, but you'll never erase that mark. That mark will be there until the day you die. If you're a loose living man, I'll guarantee you, you can lay in your bed at night and you can count every single solitary lewd woman that you've been with every time, and it will eat you alive. It will mark your head and your heart to where you can't serve God and you can't be honest, completely honest with your wife, and you always got this thing gnawing at you. Be careful. Be very, very careful how you live, because this thing is going to stick a dart through your heart and you're not going to be able to live with it. All right, she pulled him in with her fair speech. He goeth right after her straightway. Man, now he's like a dog in heat. And there is a name for that dog, and there is a name for that female dog. I won't say it on the TV, but there is a name for that female dog, and this is what she is. And she forced him, and he goeth after her straightway, as an ox goeth to the slaughter. He don't know it, but he's headed to the slaughter of his heart. Yes, she's going to entice him. Yes, she's going to rob him of the gift that he has for the bride that he's going to marry. And he's not going to have that gift when he marries that bride. That's why we've got divorces today. Why are divorces rampant today? Because we've got secondhand material out here. Listen, I married my wife 48 years ago, and we had a gift for each other. And 48 years ago, and because we had that gift for each other, we were able to stay married and still are. And that is the thing. So, anyway, let's see what. Her fair speech made him go straightway with her, and he goeth after her straightway as an ox goeth to the slaughter, or as a fool to the correction of the stocks. He might as well have went and robbed a store and went to the stocks. He might as well have went and done something heinous as to do this, because he now is going to have a dart struck through his liver as a bird hasteneth to a snare, and knoweth not. I saw my little grandson out here a couple of weeks ago, took a little box and put it up in a stick. He had learned that from a Bible story or something, and he put a string out there, and he put some bird seed under there. Sure enough, here came a bird landing under there. He pulled the stick out, and the basket fell over the bird, and he captured the bird. The same picture as this woman capturing this man. And now he is in trouble. We'll be in trouble. We'll have that to live the rest of his life. He will have that one night with that one woman that was not his woman to live down. Not only that, he'll have the penalty in his heart that it was somebody else's woman.